Hi everyone, we will be going live shortly with the water authorities from the area as well as Juanita Gale from the PUC. Please stay tuned and we will be live shortly. Thank you. Hi everybody and welcome to the Latino Pittsburgh Digital Speaker Series. Today we are going to be speaking with a number of people from the water authorities around Pittsburgh as well as Juanita Gale from the PUC. She's going to join us first to tell us a little bit about what the PUC does as well as her work with the utility commissions and about the moratorium. Juanita, welcome.
Hola, my name is Juanita again. I am a communications information specialist for the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission, and I work out of the communications department. One of the hats I wear, I operate with all the utility companies across the state to assist with consumer education and advisory boards to bring your voices back to the Public Utility Commission. I'd like to take this time out to formally thank Pittsburgh Metropolitan Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for hosting us today. And thank you so very much, Melanie, for all of your hard work year-long during this pandemic in assisting to bring our important information from the PAPUC consumer education sessions for the Chamber and its members. I'd also like to thank Pennsylvania American Water Company and Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority for diligently working with us to bring this session to fruition. I'd like to talk a little bit about our mission at the Commission. I feel it's very important to know exactly who we are and why we're here. The Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission balances the needs of consumers and utilities. We ensure safe and reliable utility service at reasonable rates. We protect the public interest while educating consumers to make informed, independent utility choices. We further economic development, and we also foster new technologies and competitive markets in an environmentally sound manner. I'm here today to talk about our October 8th, 2020 ruling for the PAPUC and what we made regarding utility consumer protections to include protections for low-income consumers. And I don't like to utilize that terminology. I prefer to utilize the terminology of income qualifying consumers because there are so many programs that are out here to help struggling consumers, and they started about 150% below the poverty level. And they go all the way into the 300% below the federal income poverty level guidelines. During the ruling, we've recommended to the utility companies to perform special outreach to consumers. We've also recommended that utility companies develop small business payment plans with the small businesses. We've asked them to waive their fees and late payment charges, and also provide consumers with disabilities or illnesses with additional medical certificates. And most importantly, we realize that we are in the midst of a pandemic, and some of the utility companies are either limited or have no person service centers open, or their staff are working from home as the governor's recommendations have instructed. We have recommended to the utility companies to also accept flexible verification of income. We've also With that said, we've also required the utility companies to provide monthly reporting, detailing numbers of active consumers who are at risk of termination, as well as to include diversity and inclusion efforts. On March 11th, 2021, the ruling included added safeguards to consumers struggling to pay their bills with additional payment plan options. And the length of times for the residential customers with low income below the 150% federal guidelines, but also for residential consumers with incomes between the 250 and 300% federal guidelines. We've also provided additional time periods for small businesses to make payment arrangements, and added protections for consumers filing complaints, but also for small businesses filing complaints. We have once again required the utility companies to submit quarterly reports for the remaining of 2021. With all of this information, I thought it would really be befitting to invite the two water companies that service the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas to come on and talk about their programs and share their information so that they're able to provide factual, informed information to assist anyone that may need help in paying their bills, who are struggling, to touch on their lead line replacement programs, their diversity and inclusion pieces. I'd also like to take this time to to just let anyone know that if they're struggling in paying their bills, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Once the moratorium is lifted on March 31st, and even prior to that, that's why we're all here trying to get the information out. It's so easy. 1, 2, 3. 1, gather all of your income documents in one place. 2, pick up the telephone, call your utility company. 3, ask them what type of programs do they have to assist you as we struggle to keep their bills paid. If you don't qualify for a program, make a payment arrangement. I'd also like to relay, very important, that not every water company in the southwestern Pennsylvania region is under our jurisdiction. There are over 160 water authorities across the state of Pennsylvania that are under our regulations. For a complete list, just visit the PUC's website at www.puc.pa.gov. You can also check for our recent news releases and videos of select consumer education activities and recent rulings or important proceedings. If you don't have internet, just give us a call, 1-800-692-7380. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also YouTube. Search for the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission spelled out, or very simple, PAPUC, on your social media channel for updates for utility issues and other helpful consumer information. And also, as a reminder, Melanie will be sending information out from all of the utility companies as well as the Public Utility Commission on the on your Facebook page, but also electronically if you request. Thank you so very much for having us again, Melanie.
Yes, Juanita, thank you so much. There is so much great information there. And I'm actually sharing the link right now in the chat, and I also saved the 800 number. A lot of people don't know what the PUC is or how you work with the different utilities. So I'm really glad that we have some people here today to talk about water. Thank you so much for getting everyone together. We have some people from Pennsylvania American Water, as well as the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. So we're going to have them join us one by one, and each is going to give a little brief about themselves, and then we'll get into some questions. Keep in mind that if you have questions, you're welcome to put them in the chat at any time. First up, we have Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. Why don't you come off mute and introduce yourself?
Hello, I am with PWSA, Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. I am a part of the CARES team. I am an analyst for the CARES team.
Wonderful, thank you. Next up, we have Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hi, thank you for having us today. My name is Rachel Rampa, and I work with the PWSA Public Affairs Department. My role is the Senior Public Affairs Coordinator. So I'm happy to be here and have our people on to talk more about our programs.
I love that, thank you. Next up, we have Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, my name is Sarah Wisniewski. I am also on the PGH2O CARES team, and I'm the coordinator.
Wonderful, thank you. Next up, we have Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mike with the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority, also a CARES analyst,
Mike, you're a little low.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right, much better. My name is Mike. I'm with the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority as well, part of the CARES team. I am a CARES analyst as well too, and looking to help a lot of our constituents.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next up, we have Manuela.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manuela Saxman. I am from Pennsylvania American Water. I am located in Mechanicsburg, but I am the program manager for our Help to Others discount program for the entire state. I am really excited to be here today and really excited to share some information about how we're here to help.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Julie. Hi, Julie.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having us today. I'm very proud that our PGH2O CARES team has finally launched, and we're super excited to share with you all of the enhancements we have to our programs and also how the authority is addressing diversity and inclusion. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have Gary. Hi, Gary.
Buenas tardes a todos, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gary Lobaugh. I'm the External Affairs Manager for Western Pennsylvania. I'm located in Pittsburgh, and I look forward to talking to everybody today. Thank you.
Oh,
Wonderful. Thank you all for your introductions. We're just going to jump right into the questions here. So as individual professionals, can you tell me why diversity and inclusion is important to you? And why don't we just go in order and start with Juanita?
Well, diversity and inclusion encompasses a whole lot. So it makes everybody informed, important, and that their role is very much needed in the society that we live in.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Rebecca. You are on mute, love. We're going to go to Rachel, and we'll come back to Rebecca. Hi, Rachel.
Hello again. Diversity and inclusion is an incredibly important part of any organization. At PWSA, Julie will speak a little bit more about this, but we've made it at the forefront of things that we're going to be doing to make sure that we're being a more inclusive organization.
I love it. Next up, we have Sarah. Sarah, why is diversity and inclusion important to you as a professional?
Well, it is important for there to be diversity in all workplaces, so everybody has a seat at the table and everybody has a voice.
Michael, why is diversity and inclusion important to you?
Well, it's being able to open the doors up to everyone and let them feel welcome.
I love it. Manuela, you're up next. Why is diversity and inclusion important to you?
Well, it's going to be addressed why it's important to our company, but why it's important to me personally. Everyone, as everyone has already stated, needs a seat at the table. You need to be heard. You need to be validated, no matter gender, identity, sexuality, race, ethnicity. None of these things should hinder anyone. And it's so amazing to come into an organization where all of these differences are celebrated and really looked at as ways to uplift each other. So that's why it's important to me. And also I have children, and it's important that they're going to see this as they grow up. And then as a company, we're going to speak to that a little bit later, but it's great to see how important it is here at Pennsylvania American Water as well.
I love that. Thank you. Julie, why is diversity and inclusion important to you?
Diversity and inclusion are very important to the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. We are committed to creating a diverse workplace. We've adopted policies to ensure that employment opportunities are available to all qualified persons. We have also established contracting policies that encourage minorities, women, veterans, and service-disabled veteran businesses to participate in contracting opportunities with Pittsburgh Water. While we still have work to do, we are making continued strides to create a workplace that reflects the makeup of Pittsburgh and promotes its economic growth, while also ensuring that all Pittsburgh residents benefit from a sustainable, inclusive, and just water future. We actually just rolled out our water equity roadmap. This came out earlier in March. It's available online at our website if you just search at pgh2o.com and search roadmap. You'll be able to read the electronic version. We're very excited. It addresses 5 priority areas where we'll be doing a lot of work: water quality and environmental health, sustainable stormwater management, affordability, workforce development, and water democracy. And what we're looking to do is we started the collaboration with a number of community-based organizations from very diverse backgrounds, and we're going to be continuing that work with those partners and extending it out to networking to implement the actual things that we established in the roadmap that would be taking Pittsburgh to the next level and allowing Pittsburgh Water to be part of that. Thank you.
Thank you. That's amazing. Congratulations. Next up, we have Gary. Gary, why is diversity and inclusion important to you?
At Pennsylvania American Water, diversity means representation of a wide range of traits, backgrounds, and experiences. This melting pot mentality really harkens back to the diversity of Southwestern Pennsylvania. When we connect and engage with coworkers with different perspectives than our own, we can more successfully achieve our overall goals. Inclusion refers to creating a sense of belonging in any environment for our employees and our customers.
Wow, guys, there's so much great stuff there. Does anyone have anything that they want to add? Great. Thank you guys so much for your input there. So what does your company do to promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace? Anyone can take this one. Julie, go ahead.
Okay, great. So Pittsburgh Water has a diversity, equity, and inclusion policy, which affirms our commitment to a policy not only of non-discrimination, but also to a process of affirmative action in all departments and levels of Pittsburgh Water, in order to ensure that employment opportunities are available to all qualified persons. We're developing and maintaining a diverse workforce and talent pipeline by fostering, cultivating, and preserving a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion, ensuring our workforce represents the communities we serve, and inclusive and equitable processes, procedures, and practices. We're bringing this policy to our board in 2 days on March 25th to reaffirm our commitment to diversity within the workplace. Currently, our workforce is represented by almost 31% female and 25% minorities. Comparatively, based on the U.S. Census Tract data within the city of Pittsburgh, which is our territory, female representation is 51% and minority representation is 32%. So these numbers show us that while we are fairly representative of the communities we serve, we do have room to improve. We are currently taking steps to enhance our talent recruitment efforts and human resources, and the diversity, equity, and inclusion policy endorses those protocols, practices, and processes needed to ensure fair representation.
Thank you so much. I love that. Those are so many amazing things that you guys are working on, and I love that you're actively looking at those policies and adjusting and changing. We appreciate that. Next, anybody from PA American want to speak on diversity and inclusion within your company?
I'll go next.
Gary, you're up.
Yeah. We value and promote diversity in our workforce and aim to reflect the local communities we serve throughout the Commonwealth whenever possible. Diverse employees make us more successful in serving our diverse customers around the state. Simply put, we're all beautifully different. Diversity of backgrounds, ideas, thoughts, and experiences is vital to our culture and the way we do business. Creating an environment where differences are embraced and where every person feels engaged and included makes us safer, stronger, and more successful. We encourage, honor, and celebrate differences of our employees, including race or ethnicity, gender, identity, military or veteran status, sexual orientation, and personal style, just to name a few.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear. So what about the diverse small businesses? What opportunities do you guys have for ethnically or otherwise diverse small businesses?
I can start us off.
Go ahead, Julie.
Our supplier diversity program ensures that minorities, women, veterans, and service-disabled veteran businesses can participate in contracting opportunities. We provide contracting opportunities for a diversity of businesses, contractors, and subcontractors, and that will help to boost the economic vitality of our local business community and the Pittsburgh region as a whole. In 2019, we updated our supplier diversity program, and we have currently established a goal to award 10 to 25% of all contracts to minorities, women, veterans, service disabled, LGBT, and small business owners.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Julie. That is, again, a lot of great work. Next, somebody from the American Hero.
Thank you. At Pennsylvania American Water, we have a robust national supplier diversity program. We are committed to creating an inclusive procurement process, accessible and fair to all suppliers based on their ability to meet the company's performance, price, and quality requirements. We have companies and policies in place to support this. And in fact, just last year, our company was named a 2020 Diversity Inc. Noteworthy Company by Diversity Inc., the producers of the gold standard in the U.S. for ranking companies for diversity, equity, inclusion. This award was presented to only 50 companies throughout the country for nurturing an inclusive environment where everyone has a sense of belonging, drives profitability, and results in a competitive advantage. Our employees are responsible for identifying, qualifying, selecting, and managing the procurement process for goods and services to assure that qualified, diverse suppliers are appropriately included. We strongly encourage our prime contractors and major suppliers to support supplier diversity by creating a competitive procurement process that provides opportunities to the greatest extent possible for diverse supplier, subcontractors, and businesses. Excellence in supplier diversity will lead to excellence in supply chain management. It will advance our financial and operational goals while providing opportunities for success to a broad and diverse range of businesses in the communities we serve.
So I love all the different things we talked about, the fact that there are actual numbers that you guys are striving to hit, that you made as goals. And also, Gary, I really like that you touched on the benefit for the community and for the company. So many people, when they look at diversity, they don't see that not only are you bettering the world, but you're bettering your pocket and your income at the end of the day. So I think that's a great point. Thank you so much.
And I think all of our colleagues here will tell you that water is by and large the most localized of the utilities. We ingest it. It's so important to the growth of our communities, economic development, quality of life. It's only fitting that it also leads back to economic benefit for the community we serve.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. Does anyone else want to add anything on that before we move on?
Well, I'd like to just add that we all need water. You know, we never realize the importance of water until the well runs dry.
Oh, that is so true, Juanita. That is so true. Thank you. Next up, so speaking of business owners, what programs and tools do you guys have to help businesses, whether it be from not being able to pay bills or just being educated on different topics? What do you have that benefits specifically small businesses? Who wants to go first?
I can go first again.
Go ahead, Julie.
So we realized that small businesses were really hit hard by the pandemic. You know, I personally know a number of businesses in my neighborhood in the city that are no longer around because of that and had to make the really hard choice to decide to close. And they were constantly concerned about their employees as well during the early days. How do they get paid? Are the PPP loans going to be enough, et cetera? So we have, you know, definitely taken those PUC guidelines that Juanita talked about to heart. And what we have done is we have extended that payment plan length of 18 months to all commercial customers. So we're not even looking at just the small businesses. We're looking at commercial customers in general being allowed to, regardless of prior defaulted plans or prior arrangements, being allowed to get into those payment arrangements of 18 months or longer, however long it takes for them to get on a regular payment schedule to try and, you know, dig themselves back out of that pandemic, which was, you know, devastating to them and their dreams. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that assistance is so needed and appreciated. I think a lot of times, especially business owners, when they can't pay their bills, they don't want to ask for help, you know, which is understandable. But right now we're all going through a hard time, and there is no shame in just calling and figuring out what works for you. Next, would anyone from PA American like to answer as well?
Sure, I would love to talk about that a little bit. You know, just like Julie just said, we here at Pennsylvania American Water, we realized, you know, especially with the pandemic going on, so many companies, small businesses especially, have been so hard hit that we too also have extended what we're offering for those payment installment plans. But the other thing that we've done is actually actively reach out and call. So we've actually been calling over the past few months all of our customers who may have been hit by this, to offer them the installment plans, to tell them what their options are. Because what happens quite often is people just don't know. They don't know that we're here to help. A small business owner, I come from a small business family. My parents own a small tax firm. They don't realize that there's help out there for them. So they just feel like they're drowning. And funny enough, we're talking about water. They feel like they're drowning. So we just wanted to make sure people were aware. We did mailings, we did active callings. We're still doing those active callings to let people know, businesses and residential, know what their options are. And I think that's the most important thing that we can do. Let them know we're here to help. So I feel like that's one of the things we've done, along with what the PUC has, advised us or asked us to do, was really make those efforts.
I love that. It is a group effort, whether it be from the PUC, the companies, and even just the chamber trying to get the word out. Juanita, do you want to add to that?
That's what I wanted to actually add, Melanie, that it is a really, it's very important that we all work together as one to get on one accord. And it just, as I said, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, pick up the phone, get your income verification pieces together, and just call the utility companies, because we are all here to help.
I love that. And we are all here to help is kind of the theme of this. So many times during COVID, people have felt hopeless, but all these people on your screen right now, you guys, their job every day is to help you. So this is just a small group of the giant group of people who are there for you every day when you have problems with different utilities and things. There's always a resource, so you're never alone. Next up, we have, let's see. Okay, so there's been a lot of talk about the moratorium being lifted on unpaid bills. And a lot of people, when they hear the word moratorium, it doesn't even register. Does someone want to tell us what a moratorium is?
Sure, I can take that.
Wonderful, Jolie.
So for both of the water utilities that are on the call today, we are both regulated by the Public Utility Commission. So the moratorium is actually in the state regulations that it runs from December 1st to March 31st. And customers of a certain income level are protected from termination during that time period. However, due to the pandemic, the commission actually extended that moratorium. So we have not actively terminated customers up until November of 2020. And then only Pittsburgh Water engaged in sending notices to our non-residential customers with those protections in place. So in addition to reaching out, we've made upwards of 60,000 calls to customers who are carrying a past due balance in the pandemic time period, trying to promote them, getting on payment arrangements and making regular payments. But we are now looking forward to a new phase, right? So the Public Utility Commission has put out new information with respect to the lifting of the moratorium. But what we want to get across, Pittsburgh Water would like to get across to everyone today, is that we are not looking to terminate service. There are a multitude of protections in place. We just need to bring people to the table that we haven't been able to reach. So we need you to be responding to us with notices to you, respond to us with requests for payment arrangements, and to invest yourself in talking to our CARES team about the assistance programs. Our CARES team can now enroll you into the bill discount program, which is huge. So it's not even transferring to a third party anymore. I mean, a third party that we have set up is great because they can vet you for other utilities programs, but we can, at that first contact with you, actually involve you in enrolling in the programs that you can use to reduce your bills and to also get grant assistance for our past arrearages. We also have a new pilot program of the arrearage forgiveness, but I'm stealing Sarah's thunder, so I'll stop now. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of ideas to the moratorium and the fact that touching base on what Juanita stated, that it's ending as of the end of March.
March 31st. With that said, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 again. Get your income documentation together, pick up the telephone, call your utility, and ask for assistance.
That is so simple. And again, that's what this whole team here is for. Does anyone else want to speak a little bit more about the moratorium and what the effects of that are? Sarah?
Well, the moratorium, typically, as Julie stated, it usually runs from December 1st until the end of March. During the pandemic at the Public Utility Commission, we did make some necessary adjustments to start the moratorium a little earlier than we typically would have, and also closing the moratorium on the 31st. But that then allows utility customers and the consumers out here to apply for the programs. That's very, very important that we all know that even though we're on a water-based informational session, there are programs with all of your utility companies. 1, 2, 3, get your income together, pick up the phone, call, and ask. Thanks so much.
Sorry, I missed my cue there, Melanie.
No, you're good. Go ahead, Sarah.
I was going to jump in and say that we did make an improvement to the winter moratorium, where before we were accepting people into the program that were 150% and less of the federal poverty level. Now we have increased that to 300% and less and below of the federal poverty level.
That's really good information for folks to know, because folks typically may look at their income and say, oh, I do not qualify for these programs. And, you know, here's the thing. As I stated in the beginning of the session, if you've lost your income or your job has cut back on your hours at work, so you're no longer working the 80 hours, you may be working 40 hours or 60 hours, or you've lost your entire revenue stream, pick up the telephone. 1, 2, 3. Pick up the phone, call, ask for help. We are all here to help you. Everybody on this screen provides so much information to the consumers and the communities as well as a whole. Thanks.
You know, Juanita, you keep saying it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, and I love it. I absolutely love it, because it is. It is as simple as just getting that information and giving us a call or going on to our websites. And we keep saying it, and I just love to reiterate that we are here to help. We too at Pennsylvania American Water have updated our guidelines, but we also have things that are not income-based. But as you said, a lot of times someone will look and say, I make too much. I'm just not going to try. And I like to encourage everyone to call, and everyone to try, and everyone to give us a call and see what options are available. We're going to go into more detail a little bit later. But again, it is as easy as 1, 2, 3, just like Juanita has said a few times. And we're here to help you, just like we've all said many times. We want to help. How the lifting of the moratorium, again, as has been explained multiple times, it was extended. But how that lifting affects our customers right now, again, with the pandemic, people are in unique positions they've never been in before. So they're looking at, say, a bill, and they don't know what to do. They're scared. They're not wanting to call back or not wanting to accept a call because, you know, they think something bad is going to happen. We're calling you because we want to help you. We're here because we want to help you. And I really want to continue to encourage everyone to just think of those simple 1, 2, 3 steps. And please reach out to us just like we're trying to reach out to you.
Absolutely. Really quick, you touched on something that was so important, Manuela. A lot of folks may see a number come through, and it may come up as Pittsburgh Water and Sewer, and they may, or PA American Water, or whatever water company that they actually contract with to get their services. And if you see that number, just pick up the phone. The utility companies do not want to disconnect your service. They are here to help you. That is one of the things that the Public Utility Commission does in balancing the needs of the utilities, but also protecting the consumer. So we've come up with with quite a few things to recommend to the utility companies, and they are all following through. We're all here today working together, but not just that we've picked up those recommendations, we've worked with one another on a very close basis day to day to help everyone prior to the pandemic. And we'll continue after.
This is the perfect segue. I love all the teamwork and speaking about programming and what the PUC does to regulate and make sure that these things are going in the right direction. So something that I've actually learned about for quite a long time, our chairman works at People's Natural Gas. So I've been very familiar with a lot of the programs, Carmen Malloy, and also she wanted me to thank all of you guys for coming today.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi. So the CAP program is something that I'm very familiar with, but I know when a lot of consumers and people watching and who see this, they have no idea what I mean when I say CAP. Can you guys tell me what the CAP program is?
I'd be more than happy to start off on that one. CAP stands for Customer Assistance Program. So as you've probably figured out, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's customer assistance. Okay. We all go through hard times, and with the pandemic, some are seeing themselves, like I said earlier, in positions they've never seen themselves in before. We want to make sure all customers are aware of the many, many options available to them. We have programs to assist our customers that evaluate eligibility based on income for various levels of assistance. Another great option for our customers is our H2O discount program that stands for Help to Others. Any residential customer within 150% of the federal poverty income guidelines would qualify for this water and wastewater discount. So, for example, if someone qualified, a residential customer would receive an 85% discount on their monthly water service fee, plus a 10% discount on their water usage fee, and 30% discount on the total wastewater fee if they have wastewater through us. Then once they're enrolled, a Pennsylvania American Water representative like myself as the program manager would contact you via the phone to offer you a free water conservation kit, talk to you about any issues you might have, and if necessary, help you set up an installment plan. Now, the easy to install kit will help conserve water, in turn lowering their water usage and bill. So again, that's just one of the many ways that we want to assist our customers. That falls under customer assistance. It's a great opportunity for everyone.
Awesome. Does anyone else want to add or expand on that at all?
I'll go ahead and speak about PWSA's customer assistance programs. Our first one is the Winter Moratorium, which we told you guys about. We also have a bill discount program. Previously, we offered a 75% reduction in the minimum charges to income qualified customers. Now we offer a 100% reduction of those charges. Those at 150% and less of the federal poverty level would qualify. And that is a discount of $35.75 right out of the gate for eligible customers. We have something that I like to call the Bill Discount Plus program, because you get the bill discount program, but for our residents who are extremely vulnerable, those at 50% or lower of the federal poverty level, we also have a volumetric discount, which is an additional 20% off of the per 1,000 gallon charge after the first 1,000 gallons. The first 1,000 gallons is included in the base rate, so that was already free. We have also waived the recertification requirement for those programs until the end of this year. And after that, you will only need to recertify every 2 years, which is, I think that removes a very large burden on people. We have a hardship grant program. You can get up to $300 paid towards your bill once a year. That is also available for those at 150% or less of the federal poverty level. And our newest pilot program is an arrearage forgiveness program. So people who are enrolled in our CAP program or our bill discount program, so you're at 150% or lower of the federal poverty level and are enrolled in an active payment arrangement, can get a credit of $15 per month when you make your payment on time. And we do have the ability for people to catch up as well. We also have the lead line reimbursement program. You can contact our lead help desk for more information about that. And I think that is all of our bill discount program and assistance program. So we've made a lot of improvements lately.
That is awesome. Well, I mean, even hearing about the CAP program and some of these other programs, I know that, the statements about the moratorium being lifted can still feel to some like the floodgates are opening. So what are some other programs and some other things that can help people when they can't pay their bills, especially ones that are piled up over this time? And we do have a little bit of feedback from someone. So if you're not speaking, if you guys wouldn't mind muting, but when you are speaking, remembering to take it back off is important. But then to talk about some of those other things for those who have bills that have built up.
Okay, well, Melanie, I'll start here with that. Here at Pennsylvania American Water, about 30 years ago, we realized that need. So for 30 years, we've been assisting customers who qualify through our Help to Others, which you've heard me say, or H2O program. And in that time, this has just been a great resource. Now, recently we've updated this. So anyone within 200% of the poverty guideline is eligible for the assistance in the form of grants. Now, these grants are up to $500 a year. They're applicable for both water and wastewater services. So if someone has both water and wastewater, they could get $500 for each. We've increased funding so that we can help more people in this time of need. We've also waived a good faith payment until February 2022. So this is just making it more accessible to our customers. As we talked about previously, we also offer the installment plans, budget billing, conservation education, all to help our customers, all regardless of income. Now, all of this information is easily accessible on our website or by calling our customer service, and all of that information will be available to everyone. But again, it's about that 1, 2, 3. It's about giving us a call, getting the information, and just letting us know what you need and how we can help. It really is that simple.
I love that. It's just realizing that you need help, seeking it, and having everything you need. Juanita, that 1, 2, 3, it is going to stick. I know it. I love it. So are there any other grants or assistance available that we haven't discussed here yet?
So I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but and I would like to add Manuela saying that they waived their good faith payment. That is also something that we've done that I forgot to mention for our $300 yearly grants. We used to require a good faith payment in the last 90 days, $150 for residents and $75 for senior citizens. That has been waived till the end of 2021, and thereafter we will only require 50% of that payment. So it would be $75 for residents and then $37.50 in the last 90 days for senior citizens. And then I don't know if everybody knows this, but we actually include PWSA and Alcosan charges on our bill. Alcosan provides a program called the Clean Water Assistance Fund, and if you apply through Dollar Energy, you would get a payment of $35 every 3 months paid directly to your account, and those would be the people who would be eligible. That would also be 150% or below the federal poverty level.
Wonderful.
That is some awesome information, Sarah. This is some great stuff. I'm so glad we're all working together to get this information out to everyone. Another thing, Melanie, you had mentioned other grants that might be available, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we also have our budget billing program. Budget billing is a free service with no income requirements. This program is available to all residential customers and is a great way to manage your monthly payment. It provides a predictable monthly payment amount, so our customers are able to plan ahead without the stress of the unknown, like the seasonal spikes that can be a little bit more difficult to pay. Again, we encourage anyone interested to contact our customer service to explore these options. I really personally like budget billing because I like concrete numbers and figures. I am a person who loves an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm a big fan and a big proponent of the budget billing, as well as all of these other options that are available. But again, there's no income guidelines and no income requirements for that one.
I want to talk a little bit about the budget billing. First of all, a lot of people watching, especially the people who have been able to consistently pay their bills, especially up until COVID, might not know about all these programs. And the budget billing isn't really any type of assistance. They spread it out over the year so that it's an even payment every month. And you're able to plan when you're looking at your bills. You know exactly how much you're going to spend. There are no surprises. You don't have that, like, you know, different, like middle of the summer when I'm running all my sprinklers and all that. I don't have any crazy bill in the summer, so it's not a surprise. It's just a great way to level out your bill. So even if none of these other things apply to you, that's something to definitely look into. And so what about the programs? When you guys talk about the percentage of the poverty level and things, you know, that means something to us who know this information here on the call. But what about the people who have no idea what those numbers look like?
I can take that. We actually at Pittsburgh Water have a really well-developed public affairs machine that redid our website 2 years ago, and the search engine on there is fantastic. But you can also just click on residential commercial customer information. It's on the home page, and it'll get you to our customer assistance program page. And that actually has the eligibility chart in it. So rather than read off, you know, number of people in household and dollar amount, if you just check that, it goes by the federal guidelines that are published every year around mid-February. And those have been updated for this year. So that's a starting point. But like Manuela said earlier, I suggest that you just pick up the phone and call, because even if you're not eligible for one of the programs, there might be another program that you are eligible for. And just getting that touching base with the authority and making certain that you're talking about payment arrangements and all the applicable things that are out there to help you. You know, we just want to have that conversation. Thank you.
And it's the same here. If you go onto our website, you can go right up to residential customers, or we actually have a link that says customer assistance, and that will get you to our customer assistance section. We also, just like PWSA, we have that chart on there that will help you figure that out. And again, all of us are saying it. I keep saying it. We just need to have that conversation with you. So if you're still unsure, just give us a call.
Wonderful. Well, you guys have it. Make sure you check out their websites. I will be putting the other website in the chat, or the other website in the chat shortly. But so I have a kind of a question. I mean, it's related, but it's more of a personal thing or even a company thing. Why is it, we know why it's important for the people who need the help, right? They need the help. This is going to get them from point A to point B until they get back on their feet. But why are these programs important for the company and for the community at large?
I can go ahead and take that. It doesn't benefit anybody when people can't pay for basic services. Certainly doesn't help PWSA because we're not getting revenue, and it especially does not help the customers who can't afford to pay for their basic service. So it's not beyond anybody that the water and wastewater rates have gone up substantially over the past years. You know, almost certainly over the entire country. You know, even globally. You know, due to just infrastructure needs. So these programs were absolutely necessary, and we are very happy to have them because, especially during this time, whenever the rates are so high, and you know, inequality is, you know, also a pretty widespread problem. So we're very happy to be able to provide these programs.
So we thank you so much. We appreciate that. I do want to give other people a chance to answer that question, but Rebecca had a little bit of a connection error, so I want to welcome Rebecca back. And Rebecca, we've been a little bit through diversity and inclusion, assistance programs. Would you like to speak on any of that really quickly since you're rejoining?
I was following along with everyone. I pretty much agree. The first question about the equality, or the very first question you asked when everything went blank. I definitely think it's important just for everyone to have a chance. Equality is it's an important issue right now. So with the CAP programs, that's the reason why I joined the CARES team, because I like helping the community, especially in times like this. So I think it's very important to get the information out to customers, especially the ones who don't really know it's there. Like Juanita said, easy as 1, 2, 3. So I'm just happy to assist, but I'll go back to
Well, thank you. We're definitely happy to have you here. And I want to touch back on the question that we just asked. What is the importance of assistance programs to your company and to the community as well?
I will touch on that for Pennsylvania American Water, unless Gary would like to. Gary's like, go ahead, Manuela. Like Sarah said, however, just from a financial standpoint, you know, if we're not getting revenue, if bills are not being paid. However, it's more than that. The customers, including myself, I am a customer of Pennsylvania American Water. We are a community. It's symbiotic. So if you're not doing well, we're not doing well.
Absolutely.
So we want to help. And I'm sorry, Rebecca, is that? Yes. What Rebecca said is what really sticks to me. And I want to help our customers. We want to help our customers. We want you to have good, clean, quality water. We want you to have these things. Here at Pennsylvania American Water, one of our sayings is that we're customer obsessed. That includes helping. That includes coming into the community. That includes outreach. That includes financial assistance. And we are just here so that we can all have a healthy community.
I agree with everything you all have said, and that's why I thought it was very, very important to assemble the water companies together. You know, I do a lot of these events across Pennsylvania virtually, and we share the screen with all of the utility companies. However, we have never done one with just the water authorities. And I thought it would be really important because both water companies that are under our regulations, they work really, really hard, and they really want to make sure that folks have safe, reliable, clean, and healthy service, and also making sure that everyone has a program or a bill program, discount program, something that will put into place to keep everybody turned on, especially in this time of need, but not just in this time of need. Water is very important. So water will never go anywhere because we need it. We need it to survive.
Thank you, Juanita. And I think that that's really important when it comes to the utilities because they are all things that people need to survive. So I'm glad that you brought it up, as well as reaching the community. A few of you have talked about your outreach to the community and, you know, being customer obsessed, reaching customers. And of course, this is all information we went out there, but I'm wondering specifically about the Hispanic community. What hurdles do you guys see in reaching specifically the Hispanic community?
You know, I'll just build on something that Manuela had said earlier, that we know that there are communities who are either less aware of our customer assistance programs or experience barriers to sign up for these programs, and we're working diligently to close that gap. Our customer assistance program fact sheets are available on our website in both English and Spanish, and we're currently working on a Spanish language version of our new customer assistance program video for our website and social media. We're working with several Spanish. We're working on several Spanish language access enhancements with our customer service team, and the company is creating an advisory group that will help guide and better target our outreach to communities who need it the most. These enhancements include translating billing information and important customer notices into Spanish, providing written documents to customers in Spanish if requested, and connecting customers with an interpreter service if a customer with limited English proficiency contacts our customer service center. And maybe most importantly, it's conversations like we're having today with organizations like the Pittsburgh Metropolitan Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and nonprofits at the local level with customers about our programs. And really, it's just about listening to how we can improve our outreach to reach underserved communities across Western Pennsylvania.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we appreciate your work. And especially the language barrier can be really hard for people who are new to the city, who are just figuring things out. When you're presented with all materials in your second language or maybe a language you don't speak, that is really a huge help. So thank you guys. Would someone from the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority like to speak on that? Go ahead, Julie.
I'll take that, Melanie. So similar to what Gary talked about, we actually have live translation service for our contact center. So going back to what Nita spoke about, the 123, please reach out, make that phone call. You know, if you're not an English speaker, that will be identified in the very first few seconds of the call. All of our materials on how to reach us are translated in our printed flyers, and then also our website into multiple languages. But the on the call translation we found is extremely helpful. So it allows us to immediately loop in the translator, and so they are then allowing that conversation to continue, you know, as if both individuals were speaking the same language. So again, our website, pgh20.com, and then call us at 412-255-2423 and press 5. And lastly, I wanted to make certain that people are aware that we are getting the word out to all of the different communities that we know we serve. But if anyone on this stream has any suggestions on how we could better reach people, if we can come to a virtual or in-person community meeting, if you would please let us know at the website pgh20, the email address pgh20cares@pgh20.com. And if we can get that into the chat, that would be awesome. That's pgh, the number 2, the letter O, cares@pgh20.com. And Sarah and her team will take those up and make certain that we're present at your event. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Julie, because the Public Utility Commission, we have been working diligently since my boots hit the ground April 16th, 2018. I immediately worked to have partnerships within the Hispanic communities, along with PWSA and Pennsylvania American Water Company, so that we are able to make sure that our documents are out there. The Public Utility Commission does have many of our fact sheets done up in the Spanish languages, and we have shared on numerous occasions. Melanie and I work very closely together. She gets most of our information, and she will be able to share that information. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Grab your income documents, pick up the telephone, call. 3, ask for help. And if, you know, a lot of folks who, as Melanie stated, are new to the city of Pittsburgh, and there is a language barrier. So if you see a number, because a lot of Spanish is a second language, English is a second language or a first language in a lot of the Spanish countries now, which the numbers are still the same. The numerical 412 numbers, just pick up the phone, dial. The utility companies, they have people there that are customer service reps that are trained to hear a different language and get some help for you guys on the telephone.
Thank you so much, Juanita, and thank you guys for all the work that you're doing, especially to reach the Hispanic community, but the other communities as well. It is so needed, and we greatly appreciate it. I want to know, so we've talked a lot about your programs and different things, but what about the other things that your companies do in the community? What would you like to tell us about any other work outside of specifically your programming?
Yeah, I would like to actually add something here, if it's okay, Melanie. So we have a low-income assistance advisory committee, and that was something that came about through the PUC rate case process. And through having that collaboration of community leaders from different organizations with a lot of diversity, we have really honed our skills with respect to outreach. So in 2020 and continuing now, our public affairs team, headed by Rachel, who's on the call with this endeavor, we were able to deliver our flyers for our programs to the Allegheny County Health Department Housing and Community Environment for delivery to their residents that they interface with. The Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, we actually had our flyers added to their food donation boxes. 412 Food Rescue food donation boxes. Oakland Community Development and Planning Corporation food donation boxes. Our Pittsburgh Police, who actually were delivering fresh produce to senior centers, added our flyers to that as well. And then our city parks grab and go meal bags for seniors. So all of those endeavors where Rachel was providing those actual pieces of paper that went with those food distributions to get to those people who were identified in need outside of their utility bills.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else want to talk about your work in the community, whether it be your company or you as an individual?
I'd like
Sure.
to touch on PA American Water really quick. To let you guys know, your information is actually going out in those food boxes as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Juanita. Gary, would you like to share something with us as well?
Certainly. In addition to the work we do with our customer assistance program, we invest hundreds of thousands of dollars annually in community support related to clean water, conservation, education, and sustainability, including an annual scholarship program that we do. We give out grants to local fire departments. We conduct water camps for elementary school kids. And we also have an environmental grant program that focuses on watershed and sustainability. There's a lot going on. And we also work, again, above and beyond that with individual neighborhoods within our service area to address specific needs that may fall out of the Clean Water Initiative, but more in line with community sustainability. To go back to a comment earlier about why is this all important, really it's about sustaining communities. And if we can make an investments to enhance the quality of life, in addition to supporting neighborhood initiatives and customer assistance programs, will really have an impact on the customers we serve.
Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that. Anyone else like to speak on that? So I did ask for questions in the comments. So if you guys are watching, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to put it in the chat or in the comment section. My children are coming, so I'm going to mute after I ask this question. Does anyone else have anything that they think that we should know about, whether it be water or other utilities?
I'd like to take that question really quick and just let everybody know again, it's very important. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, whether it's electric, gas, water, and sewage. Pick up the telephone, call, ask for help. All of the utility companies are trained, their customer assistance people, they are trained to take your information and also make sure that you are filled it out to different customer assistance programs that may be of assistance to you. I also like to mention Elkasan. Although they are not under our jurisdiction, we work very closely. I do here in Pittsburgh. I work very closely with Elkasan. They do have a program for homeowners, which a lot of times homeowners are not included in programs. However, they do have one. And I was told all you need to do is go to their website or pick up the telephone and give them a call. Also, with the Public Utility Commission, if you don't have internet service, call us 1-800-692-7380. Our website is www.puc.pa.gov. The chamber will also have all of our customer assistance programs with the utility companies on their website, but also I'm working with Monica Malik to do drops to the Hispanic neighborhoods. And that's another thing, I'd like to say thanks to Monica, because to be honest, Monica and I developed a relationship a couple years ago, and also with Carmen at People's Gas. Knowing that there was a chamber and being a part of that chamber, I thought it would be very important that we get our information out. Hence, that's why we developed a relationship with Melanie, and now here, look at the partnership. Now the PWSA, their information is going out into the food banks, the 412 trainings that I do with the PUC. Your information goes out immediately. Pennsylvania American Water. Although, Manuela, you are not here in Pittsburgh, whenever the governor does open, I'm sure that you will be out here as your other colleagues were. We'll be working together to make sure your information is out there. And that's the beauty of having relationships with one another and working together on a daily basis. We're here to help.
Again, Juanita, the uno, dos, tres, which is 1, 2, 3. It's that simple, muy fácil. So we just, again, going back, the one thing, you said, the question was, what do you want people to know? And we, again, here at Pennsylvania American Water, we've been doing assistance and assisting our customers for 30 years with our various programs. And one of the big things that I didn't get to touch on, but is so important, is our relationship with community-based organizations. So it's not just about water, and Juanita touched on that. So we partner with these community-based organizations and in your community. So where you are, boots on the ground in your neighborhood, and they can help you with water, sewage, the things that we deal with, but also, as has been noted, electricity, gas. They can tell you if there's food assistance or in your area, assistance with other rental and mortgages and things like that. So it's so important that we all work together. And that's why this is just such a beautiful forum that we're having today, to show how we can all work together for the betterment of our communities. It's wonderful. Thank you so much again for letting us be a part of this.
Yes, and thank you for being a part of it, as well as the work that you guys do every day to make life easier and to benefit the community. I know I didn't tell you guys I was going to ask this, but we have people watching here who probably have amazing information, whether it be about their business, about something in the community, or something that they've accomplished. What has your experience been in this process? Are you comfortable? Was it positive? Anyone wants to speak on that for future speakers who might be watching? Surprise question.
I see. I will take that question first. My experience has been very well. Since my boots hit the ground April 2018, I have made so many relationships that have developed into partnerships. And again, my name is Juanita, and I'm with the Public Utility Commission. You can reach out to me, jgale@pa.gov, or you can reach us at www.puc.pa.gov, or just give us a call, 1-800-692-7380. But it's important to know that the next event that we come back, Melanie and I have been talking about information that would be of relevance and importance to folks. We're going to talk about the rights and responsibilities for consumers with utility companies, how to file a complaint, but also things that are coming down the pike. We'll be talking about broadband and different programs that may be available to help you once things are designed. All the different programs that are out here, working with the different organizations. I've had nothing but wonderful experiences, and I truly appreciate the partnership that we've developed. I appreciate it very much, Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juanita. I love it. And I love that you're going to keep coming back and sharing great information with everyone. And I'm glad that you're comfortable enough to do that. Does anyone else want to add a little bit about the experience about speaking, for anyone who might be nervous about whether you're hopping on with us or another organization that wants to do a live?
Well, as the new kid on the block in this group of people, I would have to say, for anyone watching who is interested or would like to be a part or is coming up in something, it was an absolutely wonderful experience. Working with the Pittsburgh Metropolitan Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has been an absolute joy. We are excited to partner with you guys in the future and be a part of anything else. Again, if anyone has any questions or concerns or anything else that they would like, they can always go to our website, which is PennsylvaniaAMwater.com, or call 800-565-7292. Again, we really are excited and happy to be a part of this conversation. And it's been a great experience. I encourage other people to definitely participate.
Thank you so much. We do have one question from the audience. Would anyone else like to share their experience really quick before we move on? They're like, no, we don't want to. Don't ask me. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that they all had a great time. I'm glad to have you here. I can see all of you smiling, which is greatly appreciated. We had a lot of great things from the audience. I did share some of those while you guys were speaking. But we did have one question that came during the diversity and inclusion section, kind of about how you're going, I mean, it's specific, but how are you going to measure your strides in diversity and inclusion for a more general question?
I can take that for Pittsburgh Water. So I did share some statistics that we have compiled, and we are shooting for a mirrored image to the city, right? So we want to go for that 51 and 32%, 51% of women and 32% of the other groups, the minority groups that we have in the city, the ethnicity that we want to represent should be a mirror of who we serve. So we are looking to improve our numbers. We have a great start. My actual department in customer service, I actually run customer service, which includes AMI and billing, contact center, collections, PUC compliance, permits, quality control, and legal. So we are very diverse, actually the most diverse department in the organization. So we're looking to promote that outside of customer service and bring in those professionals that we know are definitely eligible for our positions. And all of our careers are listed on our website, pgh2o.com. And we do encourage you to apply, and we are looking forward to increasing our numbers.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I want to thank all of you for being here today. I want to thank Juanita, especially for letting us know of what's coming next. So thank all of you. We've been so happy to have you, and we appreciate, like I said, what you do every day. I am just going to close it out really quickly. So this is the Latino Pittsburgh Digital Speaker Series, which is an initiative of the Pittsburgh Metropolitan Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Its goals are to share relevant information, inspire growth, and foster opportunity. Speakers and workshops include community leaders and members, as well as other individuals and programs that have a positive impact on not only the Hispanic community, but the Pittsburgh region at large. Next Wednesday, we are actually going to be speaking with John Dominguez. He is currently a Coro Fellow. So if you don't know about the Coro Fellows program, this is a great time to learn. He was employed with the Chamber through that program for 6 weeks and helped us build a large capacity building grant, something that we have not been able to do in the past. He's going to share his life experience, his educational experience, some of the hurdles he's had in life and how he overcame them, as well as his experience with this world-renowned program, the Coro Fellows. And I would like to thank Selena Schmidt on that as well for just being so amazing and making sure that we really got a go-getter in John. So again, thank you. I hope you guys tune in next week. You can check out more information on our website, including a PPP application that will walk you right through the process from the beginning to end. Our website is www.pmahcc.org. Hope to see you next week. Have a great day.